All right, HBCU football in the Swac. It's championship day. Win and advance to the Celebration Bowl in the ATL. Prairie View versus Jackson State. The final just in from Jackson, Mississippi, my stomping grounds. Jackson State 27. Prairie View A&M University 10. Your final. More details right here next hour. Here's what Coach Prime tells me about his JSU football team.
The mind, the heart, the soul, and the spirit of a champion. You have that. Can you talk about giving that to your team and helping them become champions?
Well, I feel like oftentimes a team reflects its leader, and it's not just me. Really, the secondary reflects Coach Kevin Mathis. The defensive line reflects Coach Weeks. The offensive line, Coach Markinson, and we must reflect our coaches. If we're not, the coaches aren't doing their jobs, and the leadership is not in leading correctly. Our young men get it, and they understand it, but it starts on the practice field with us. If we don't see it at practice, we know we're not going to see it in the game, and we're not going to give you the opportunity to do that foolishness in the game if we don't see it in practice. So I'm happy and I'm proud. We came off of a holiday weekend, and we went out there yesterday and bust our butts. I mean, we worked like dogs yesterday. It was a good, quick, crisp practice, and I was happy that they came back. We have maybe one guy late. We sent his butt right back in. We had the media team late. I sent their butts right back in. So probably 97% of the team really got in the organization. We got it, and these young men just want to win, and they want exposure, which we're giving them, and they're winning. They're doing what they set out to do, but it all starts out there on the practice field and in the meeting rooms.
King of the Hill. He is a pioneer, a trailblazer, and a former Southeastern Conference student athlete and coach. Sylvester Croom, the first black football coach in SEC history, is our BNC King of the Hill. Sylvester Croom Jr. was born September 25th in 1954 in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. His father, Sylvester Croom Sr., was an HBCU football All-American at Alabama A&M. Now, Sylvester Croom Jr. was a student athlete playing for the Crimson Tide, Alabama, from 1972 through 74. Croom played linebacker, tight end, and center for legendary coach Bear Bryant. Sylvester Croom won 3 SEC championships and a national title with the Alabama Crimson Tide way back in 1973. Now, he made it to the NFL playing for the New Orleans Saints. From 1976 through 2003, Croom was an assistant coach for the Crimson Tide and 5 NFL teams respectively. In 2003, Croom becomes the first black coach in the SEC with the Mississippi State University Bulldogs. Sylvester Croom, the coach, is our BNC King of the Hill. And also, my main man, Jimmy, is in the house tonight. And Jimmy, it's football time in the SEC. Oh, yeah. You talked about the Gators. We look at Alabama and Georgia. Mm-hmm. What a matchup.
Hey, James, you know, you and I were talking when the game first came on. Thankfully, we got a chance to watch a little bit before it got started. You and I predicted that the Crimson Tide, you know what I'm saying, they were going to pull up on Georgia as #1 and sneak up on them. It looks like that's what's going down. What do you think has been the ability for Alabama to overcome the Bulldogs today? You know,
it's their hard-nosed defense. It's their mentality. They call it Bama built. They talk about just finishing the deal. Mm-hmm. They can go back to their training, their coaching, and they can go back to their pedigree. And again, when they walk into their building back in Tuscaloosa and they see all those reminders in those trophy cases, mm-hmm. they can feel good about what they want to achieve and go out and try to get it the old-fashioned way. You know, you come in ranked number 3. And they're ranked #1. Georgia's a good football team.
Great football team this year. Great football team, and they've had a great season. They've been playing some great football, great defense. They've had a strong running game. They were literally running it straight at Alabama. But, hey, that's why they say, you know, you still got to play the game, and it's not done until it's all zeros on the clock. But now, you know, I'm a proponent of Lakers and foe. Y'all already know that if you watch BNC Go. But what's going on with the Lakers right now? They keep on dropping games.
Yeah, you know, it's a very talented team. But, you know, you can't always rely on the talent. You've got to work hard. You've got to mesh everything together. You know, they have a tremendous point guard who plays at a fast speed in Russell Westbrook. LeBron has been out due to protocols. He's back. So once they can get everything together and stick like glue, as you say, Lakers in 4, you wouldn't want to see them in June.
Oh, yeah, definitely, definitely. And also it's season 19 for the GOAT, the King, a.k.a. LeBron James. So, you know, it's a long season. They're going to pull up hard come playoff time. But now we got to talk about the impact of black coaches. We just heard from Prime Time. We heard about Coach Sylvester Croom. So how beautiful is it to see black representation at the highest level? Also, Marcus Freeman just got hired at the University of Notre Dame as well.
It's very beautiful. It's a beautiful thing, as we say. Oftentimes, we see a lot of African Americans, minorities, and black athletes, but we don't see enough brothers in the front office or on the coaching staff with a clipboard. So Deion, you know, Coach Prime was able to go into Jackson State and get that team. Now they're just one win away from a national championship. You know, so hey, the effort is there, and it would be nice to see more brothers on the sidelines.
Yeah, I definitely think that will happen. And I mean, look what he did in his first year. Y'all, they were what, 4-8 the season before he got there. Then they were 10-2 last season. You know, they're just having a great program developing there underneath Coach Prime. So, you know, let's go ahead and stretch a couple. Gotcha. James Hill, thanks so much for joining me tonight, sir. Yes, sir. All right, you guys, we'll be back with more BNC Live on Saturday night right after this.